Welcome students to this new class. In this class we will discuss corresponding states correlation. So first I mean to say that before starting this topic, let's revise what we did in our last class so that we can do it easily. So in our last class actually the discussion was about reduced temperature and reduced pressure, and the symbol for that is this is reduced temperature and this is reduced pressure. The formula was, if you want to calculate reduced temperature of a fluid, then take the current temperature of the fluid and divide it by the critical temperature of that fluid, you will get reduced temperature. And the same way reduced pressure is this, that take the current pressure of the fluid divided by the critical pressure of that fluid, you will get reduced pressure. Okay, and then we learned that any fluid can be, the state of any fluid can be represented with this data. For example, if you have some gas at some pressure and temperature, then two ways you can represent its state, either P or T directly, just as we are doing, or you calculate its reduced pressure and reduced temperature. This is called reduced state of that fluid. So now we will go ahead with some numerical example to understand this corresponding states correlation. So we take a numerical example, and here we will take three gases, or you can say fluid: chlorine gas, you can say that these are substances, and ammonia you can take, and one more gas like oxygen we can take. And from the table we will find the critical data of this, that is critical temperature and pressure of each of these gases. So here you can see the critical data of each gas, that is chlorine. For chlorine you can see that critical temperature is this in Kelvin and this bar. For ammonia and for oxygen you can see. Now let's take chlorine gas. We start with chlorine gas, and suppose we are taking chlorine gas in a cylinder, 1 mole you can say, and its pressure, suppose it is 20 bar high pressure, and the temperature is 25 degrees centigrade, and it is the chlorine gas in this cylinder. So can you find the critical reduced temperature, or you can say reduced state of this gas? So what you will do, that just we are finding for this chlorine gas, so T by Tc, 25 degrees centigrade is the temperature in degree centigrade, and if you will convert it to Kelvin, it will be the temperature in Kelvin. Now you put all this data here and the data over there. From there you can take this, and what what reduced temperature you will get. When you will calculate it, you will get its value to be it is 0.714. You can write only 3 digits. So this reduced temperature of this gas you will get. So, and what is the reduced pressure you will get? Just very simple to calculate. What is the pressure of the gas? It is 20 bar divided by the critical pressure, that is 77.10 bar, and if you will divide it, you will get how much you will get? You will get this much, 25 9 you can say. So it means that we can represent the state by this data also. So up to this point we had discussed all these things. Now we are coming to the main point of this lecture today. So now we take the ammonia gas. Now the idea is that if we want to maintain the ammonia gas at this reduced conditions, yes, ammonia gas will definitely have some reduced conditions and we can maintain on that. So can we get means I mean to say that at what temperature and pressure we will get exactly the same reduced condition of ammonia gas. So what I want to say that the reduced temperature of ammonia gas we want at 714 and the reduced pressure we want for the ammonia gas this. So at what temperature means it will not be at the same temperature. Ammonia gas will have some pressure, some different pressure and some different temperature. So that is our point, that if we want to maintain ammonia gas at the same reduced state, then at what pressure we need to take ammonia gas and what temperature we need to take the ammonia gas. So it's very simple to calculate. Actually the formula we have like this. Now you know very well this formula. Here now what is the case that we know this thing and we know this thing, and we have to find T, and the same thing here also. So you can say that temperature of ammonia gas will be Tr multiplied by Tc, and the pressure of ammonia gas will be Pr multiplied by Pc. So how much will this be? Tr is 0.714 multiplied by the critical temperature of ammonia gas, and that is 405.7. Kelvin, and the same thing is for pressure. Reduced pressure that we want is at this, and the critical pressure is 112.8. So when you will multiply this, you will get temperature to be how much? If you will calculate it, you will find it to be 289.9 and if you will convert it to degree centigrade, you will find that this temperature will be at this degree centigrade. This is Kelvin, and if you will multiply this thing, then you will find the pressure to be 29.2 bar. So I hope you are getting my point. So we can say that at this temperature and pressure, if you take ammonia gas, pressure and temperature will be 16.8 degrees centigrade, and this is your ammonia gas. So it will have the reduced state this much. It will be your reduced temperature and it will be your reduced pressure. You can represent this ammonia gas the same way, and also the chlorine gas, the same thing is also there. So these two cylinders, it is a different thing that there are different gases in these cylinders, but the reduced state of both of these fluids are the same, as you can see. Now we take oxygen gas. And for oxygen gas also we want to create conditions so that reduced temperature is this much, equal to ammonia and chlorine, and reduced pressure we want this much. Same thing here also we will do. We want to find the temperature of oxygen gas, so very easy thing it is. And the same thing into that pressure. Actually it is not okay, it's okay. Yes, now put everything here. And what is the critical temperature of oxygen? It is 154.6. And for pressure we need to take the critical pressure, that is 50.4 bar. So multiply this, and what you will get? You will get it to be temperature 110.48 Kelvin, and the pressure you will get it will be 30 bar. And if you will convert this to Kelvin, degree centigrade, by subtracting it from 298.15, you will get temperature in degree centigrade to be 1 minus, in minus it will be 6 degrees centigrade. So now comes the point that we will compare all these gases now. So here you can see the final result, and I have put these three gases together for comparison. You can see the gases are at different pressures. For example, this chlorine gas is at 20 bar, ammonia is at this bar, oxygen is at 13 bar. The temperature of chlorine is maintained at 25 degrees centigrade, ammonia is at this much temperature, and oxygen is at minus 162.6 degrees centigrade. So if you will see this thing, you will say that there is no similarity between these gases, everything is different. But what we have done is, in this numerical, is that we have calculated all these values on the same reduced conditions, and the reduced conditions were TR is, as you can find it there, this data here, this thing, everywhere we have maintained this data, as you can see here. And for chlorine gas also the same data was this. So you can say that though these gases are at different temperature and pressure, but these gases have got the same reduced states. So now comes our point, the discussion that we were doing, corresponding states correlation. And this correlation means you are relating one thing to another thing. So this relation, this correlation, if you by experimentations it was found that if substances are at same reduced conditions and reduced pressure, then it was found that their compressibility factor Z, compressibility factor Z is approximately the same, or you can say they will have the same compressibility factor. It will have Z, same. For example, if chlorine gas is having at this temperature, at this condition, compressibility factor about 0.94 say Z is equal to, then ammonia will also have compressibility factor 0.94 and oxygen will also have the same compressibility factor, and it may be approximately the same, but you can say that there is some correlation between these gases at this state. So that's why this correlation is called corresponding state correlation. Corresponding means something there is something that links them. So this data is linking them, this data is making correspondence among these gases. This data is connecting them or corresponding them, and because of this there is similarity of some parameter. For example, here there is similarity of compressibility factor. So now we will so as you can see that in language this correlation is expressed this way: two parameter corresponding states correlation for Z. And what are these two parameters? These are TR and PR. Because of these two parameters we are correlating these gases, their states. That's why this also it is a theorem also, it is called two parameter corresponding states theorem for Z. You can say it like this. And now something important to tell you, that I told you that Z is approximately the same, it is not just equal to Z. So this problem was there and people tried to solve it. Then they found that the value of Z is approximate because of the molecular structure of the gases, because chlorine gas will have different molecular structure because of the size, molecular weight, etc. And ammonia, this ammonia gas will have this NH3 molecules, it will have some different structure, and oxygen gas will have some different structure. So because of that this Z is approximate. So to make this theorem more precise, there was one more parameter was introduced in that, and that is called eccentric factor. This is the third parameter. It was introduced to refine this theorem, because it was not giving the exact result. So it was seen that it was because of the different molecular structure of gases. So a third parameter was introduced, and it is called eccentric factor. And now that this theorem changed to three parameter corresponding states correlation for Z. So I am writing it here. It is called three parameter corresponding states correlation for Z. We will learn about this theorem more in the next lecture. This was just for explaining the basis of this theorem. So I hope you understand my point. And to summarize this, I would like to say that three parameters are reduced temperature, reduced pressure, and eccentric factor, and these three parameters will correlate various substances. So thank you very much, students.